I'm Father Scurti with Friends of the Word. We thank you for joining us today on the Weekday Word. And once again, I have a guest. My guest today is, once again, because he's been here before, Chief Robert Bracco from the North Haledon Police Department. Welcome, Bob.
Thank you. Thank you very much,
Bob and I have known each other for a good 15 years or so. We started out various committees. We started out with our 9/11 Mass. I became a member of the Alliance at your and the Mayor's invitation. So we have a lot of interaction together.
Yes.
And nothing legal. It's all friendly and personal. Bob and I became affiliated because Bob is in North Haledon, and North Haledon is one of the towns touching William Patterson University, where I served for 31 years as campus minister. Today I'm going to have a little personal show. It's all about him today. It's all about you.
Thank you.
Someone asked recently how you became a policeman. Why did you become a policeman? And I thought that would be a great series of questions for you.
Okay.
And I thought first, just to give you some support, it's a reading from the Holy Scriptures from St. Peter's letter. Beloved, even if you should suffer because of righteousness, blessed are you. Do not be afraid or terrified with fear of them, but sanctify Christ as in your hearts. Always be ready to give an explanation to anyone who asks you for the reason for your hope, but do not ever do it without gentleness and reverence, keeping your conscience clear, so that when you are maligned, those who defame your good conduct in Christ may themselves be put to shame. For it is better to suffer for doing good, if that be the will of God, than for doing evil. The word of the Lord. I chose that because that's, you represent doing good. And I'm sure you have, and we all do, have detractors. So, you're supposed to be doing it this way, because I get that a lot, You're not supposed to say that, you're a priest. You tell them where to go after that, So, yes, I am not the perfect priest, I'm not a saint, but I'm struggling as a human being. But my hope is in Christ, and I know you're a Catholic, and
yes,
we've had various conversations about that. And your child, I know the one son went to DePaul High School, and so we have a history of being Catholics and also being associates. And I think I have to agree with St. Peter. Better we're mocked or defamed for doing good than mocked and defamed for doing evil. So as long as we're doing good, someone can say, "Oh, you're supposed to be," yeah, I'm doing good, I'm doing right. Now, I don't know if that plays into any of your experiences as a policeman, but let me go back to the original question. Whatever gave you the inspiration to become a policeman? And were you originally from North Haledon?
Yes, I was born and raised in North Haledon. I currently live in Wayne, but I was born and raised in North Haledon. Went through the North Haledon school system.
Mm-hmm.
I graduated high school. Basically needed a job. I was a volunteer fireman, so I was interested in public safety and serving the public. So North Haledon was given a test, and I decided to take the police test for North Haledon. As it happened, I was hired, and here I am today as chief of police.
Now, it's interesting. When I'm preaching or when I'm counseling, I often ask people to really give themselves a reflection as to what career they're in, okay? Because I think everybody, in our country, I can't say for the entire world, but everybody has the opportunity to get into the career that best suits their personality, whether it's a profession, a job, or a state in life. And you said it twice, being a public servant. You were doing fire volunteer work, and then you got into police work. So do you carry that as an awareness that I'm doing public ministry, public service? Is that you consciously?
I believe so. That responsibility is constantly in the back of your mind. You see something happen, you can't just overlook it. You have to take action if you can, obviously. But yeah, it's always something that's in the back of your mind. That you are here to help the public and serve them any way you can.
Yeah, that's an awesome responsibility. I mean, people say, "Oh, thank you for helping me." I always say, it's not my job to help you. It's help you. Together, we can find the solution to what your issue is. Okay, I'm not the end point. in so many ways, you are the end point. You know, you have to make that decision on the spot sometimes.
Yes, that's true.
From the time you joined the academy, is that how it happened?
I went to police academy about 2 months after I was hired. Yes.
Okay. And any interesting stories about being a policeman? I mean, what's inside a policeman's head?
Well, I think it's, again, making sure you make the right decision. And again, it's got to be split second, so a lot of times it's difficult. But through our training and years of experience, we do know what has to be done in most circumstances. We act as anything. I've done plumbing, I've done carpentry, medical calls.
Wow.
Counseling people to whatever extent we can, or refer them to counseling.
Right.
So you're basically doing a little of everything.
Fantastic. How has your position as policeman influenced your family? First of all, your wife, how does she react to it?
Well, we're away from home a lot, so it can be difficult on the family. My son said he would never be a police officer because Daddy's never home. My wife spent many nights alone with the children, when they were sick, because I was at work.
Right.
You miss holidays, birthdays, but it's that going in, it's part of the job, and the rewarding part is when you can help somebody, and that makes it satisfying.
So you were a policeman when you were married, or vice versa?
Yes, I was a police officer for about 6 years before I
Oh,
got married.
okay. And the one son I know graduated DePaul Catholic. What is he
Yes.
doing now?
Right now, he's going for his master's degree in social work, and he would like to be an LCSW.
Again, service.
Yes, he found he likes helping people also, I guess. And I didn't make the connection. I never realized it myself.
Yeah,
But yes, right now, he's going to do an internship this semester with people with eating disorders.
Great.
He wants to help people with eating disorders.
Excellent. And the other children?
My daughter is 16 years old. She's a junior at Wayne Hills High School.
Okay. And no aspirations for the future yet?
Maybe physical therapy. That's what she seems to be interested in. She's athletic.
Helping again.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's the key. I think the family influence on the children is so positive. In the baptismal rite, we say to the parents presenting their child, you're the best and first teachers of your child in the ways of faith. And they could be the best and worst teachers as well. They could be the worst example for their children. So it really is important that I think your children, not to put you on the spot, but obviously have seen something or received something from you through your service in the public arena that they want to imitate. Not exactly, but they want to imitate that. They could have been anything. They could have been bankers or attorneys,
Correct.
But they chose
Correct.
to do something on the service level.
Yes.
That's excellent.
Yes.
What kind of experience do you have working with the men and women of the police department here in North Haven? And first of all, I should ask you, how many are there? How many?
We have 17 officers right now, full-time officers.
It's small.
Yes, we're a small
regarded as
department.
small.
Yes, as many small municipalities in this area
Right.
they have small departments.
Right.
Right now, I'm the chief of police, so I interact with them more in an official capacity than working with them side by side on the roadway.
Okay.
Many of them I've come up through the ranks with and did work with them on the roadway previously, but again, as chief of police, I interact with them as an administrator.
Mm-hmm. Is there a highlight of your career so far? Something that really wows you?
I guess there was a couple people where I had saves through CPR. I guess that would be the high point of my career.
Wow, that's fascinating.
It's always nice to help somebody out.
To bring somebody to life. I mean, when they were on
In those two
brink.
instances, yes, they were
That's great.
no pulse, and we brought them back through CPR.
And that's the kind of item we always refer to when we have our 9/11 memorial masses. You, in that case, are a first responder, and there's so many first responders in our municipalities that sometimes we forget about them. We forget they're people who have careers, and then we meet someone like you and realize that you have a simpatico with us because you're a father and a husband, and you see your kids through school, and you missed holidays, so you you have that feeling of what that means to be a family member, and also to, and to say rescue. CPR, that's rescue.
Yes.
That's great. Very good. Any other thoughts you'd like to share with us?
That's good for now.
I appreciate you have a very succinct way, and it's been great. Thank you very much, Bob, for being back.
Thank you, Father.
And once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this little insight into the mind and heart of a policeman, Bob Bracco. Thank you, and keep the word alive and well.